So Michael Jackson got a biopic and it's called Michael. I watched this last week and up until now I haven't been able to record a movie review, but here I am. Now, story. Basically, it's about 30-ish years of his life. It's from the formation of the Jackson 5 all the way to release of Bad and everything in between, the rehearsals, the going from being in basically a band to being a solo artist to being the biggest pop star in the world to having to confront his father. There's a lot of details here, but that's the overall story. It's very basic for a biopic. It's rags to riches. It's what we've seen in Bohemian Rhapsody and what we've seen everywhere. Poor family, suddenly they get money issues, people start fighting with each other, family things happen, and you know, people say fuck off to each other, and that's that. So for the story aspect of the movie, I would give it a 6 out of 10, because it's not really something original. We've seen it 1,000 times before in other movies, in other biopics. So now the characters, Joe Jackson and Michael Jackson, antagonist and protagonist, they are the most nuanced characters in the whole movie. The rest really feel just like background characters, just incidental, they're just there for things to happen, but they don't really drive anything. Michael Jackson, obviously the protagonist, is very charming, very endearing. You care for him, you love him. You end up having this sort of soft spot. You want him to win. You want him to succeed in everything that he does. Speaking of Michael, he really seems to be one-sided. He's all good all the time. There's no anger, no shred of indecency. There's nothing like, oh, he's a pop star now, he should be, I don't know, driving around drunk and doing drugs and doing all this shit. There's none of that shown in the movie. There's nothing really bad about him. Everything is good. He's just like a fucking Forrest Gump type character where he's just all good. And it just doesn't seem to be realistic. It seems to be very one-dimensional. And then on the other side, you have Joe Jackson, his dad. He's a proper cunt. He's a proper dickhead. He's a proper son of a bitch. He's a proper just like a piece of shit. So you have those two very strong contrasts between absolute good and fucking evil. Now, in the movie, Joseph is really portrayed as being basically a dictator in his own family. He decides everything for everyone, for Michael, for his brothers, for his sister, for his wife. He just wants to control everything and wants perfection from everyone, which, you know, you sort of understand him. He wants to leave Gary, Indiana and go and be this big, successful man, but once he gets to the successful part, that's when he's still being a cunt. So it's like, bro, you already made it, why the fuck are you so angry? But yeah, I would give the characters a solid 7 just because those two characters were lacking, in my opinion, a little bit in the movie, except for Michael and Joseph. Then we move on to the acting. Jafar Jackson as Michael Jackson, he really transforms into his uncle. At the start, at the beginning, I sort of didn't see it. I wasn't convinced, and when I watched the trailers, it was like, I don't know, man. He sort of looks like him, but not as much. And that's the issue with the biopics, is that you know exactly what the artists look like. You know what Elvis looks like, what Freddie Mercury, what Elton John, what fucking Elvis. You know what all of them look like. So when an actor portrays them, it's a bit hard to say, okay, I believe it. I think as the movie progresses, you start believing that he's actually Michael. Like somehow he starts looking more and more like him and acting more like him. I don't think it's necessarily like an Oscar-worthy performance by Jafar, but it was really good. And I think it was his first performance, so even more surprising. Now, the real standout for me was Coleman Domingo as Joseph Jackson. I hated the cunt. I hated the fucking guy so much. And it just shows. Coleman Domingo, I've seen his interviews, I've seen other movies, and he's such a lovely guy. So for him to portray this evil fucking cunt that I just hated so much, he didn't have like a shred of decency at all. I loved his performance. I do think he's gonna be nominated for supporting actor next year. Mark my words. This is my first video, but fuck it, like no one's watching this, but I said it. So yeah, acting, I would say 8 out of 10. Let's talk about music and sound. The music was perfect. It was just Michael Jackson songs, so you can't really go wrong. There's nothing that you can fuck up. And audio wise, I was surprised when they recorded, well, when they shot Michael recording his vocals in the booth and you just heard his voice isolated. It was insane. Audio wise, it was amazing. I think audio, I would give it a solid 8 as well. The music and the audio, because I've heard better sounding movies, but there were a lot of things that surprised me from this. So now, cinematography, pleasantly surprised. It was 7, a solid 7 for me. It was nothing too special. The visuals in the stadiums, the visuals in the concerts felt a little too fake for me. Like, you could see the green screen, you could tell that it was not really being shot there. It's the same feeling I got in Bohemian Rhapsody at the Live Aid thing. Cinematography, I would say 7 out of 10. Yeah, overall, the experience though was really fun. I enjoyed the movie, even if I'm shitting a bit on it. I really thought it was good. My score, based upon the things that I told you and the scores that I have here, is a 7 out of 10. But I think my personal score would also be around 7.5-ish out of 10 for the whole thing, because it's just a fun movie. You go, you sing, you laugh, you cry, you feel everything. Michael really connects with the audience. They found a way to bring him from God level, like he's the king of pop. I would say he's the god of music in general. But they were able to capture the essence of this icon and put it in a package where you feel like he's an actual human being and not just a pop star. So for that, the movie really works for me. Would I watch it again? Yes. Do I recommend it to you? Yes, I do. I think especially if you like his music, you're just gonna have a good time. If you like his story, if you would like to know more about Michael, then yeah, definitely. And if you don't like him because of controversies and shit like that, which they don't speak about any of that in this movie, maybe it might change your mind, or might change the way you look at him. Because throughout the movie, you really see him as having really no childhood. Throughout the movie, Joseph Jackson, his dad, is constantly just beating him up in rehearsals and TV shows, recordings and studio recordings, and going to concerts and doing this and doing that. So he never really has the chance to enjoy a childhood. His brothers were way older than him by the time they were famous. He was famous since he was like fucking 5, right? The movie literally starts with Joseph beating the fuck out of him because he wasn't performing like he wanted. He wanted Michael to be like this perfect dancer and shit, and a stage presence and have everything. You sort of understand where the whole taking care of kids things comes from. Now, why I don't consider this a perfect movie, why I don't give it an 8 or above, is because it's the first part. I thought I would get the whole fucking thing, the whole story of Michael, not just 30 years of his life. The pacing wasn't great either. It was very fast. Like, you didn't have time to digest each of the eras of his success. It was just, we're in his living room, then he goes big with the Jackson 5, he gets offered a deal, he sings alone, then he makes a solo album while still being with the Jackson 5, then he tells his dad to fuck off because he's a bigger star, and then his dad drags him back home with him to perform the Victory Tour, I think that was the name. And that's when the movie ends. Michael says, you know, Dad, fuck off, I'm doing my own thing, and Bad starts playing in the background, and that's how it ends. I didn't quite enjoy it, that ending. I thought it was too rushed. I thought, wait, what the fuck, it's over already? Like, where's the rest of the story? So yeah, there's gonna be a Michael part 2, or is it gonna be called Jackson? Is it gonna be called Michael Jackson? Is it, what the fuck are you gonna call the movie? Anyway, yeah, I think it's worth a watch. I think it's worth your time. I think it's worth your energy and your money to go watch it, just to have a good time. And well, I hope you enjoyed this review. It's my first time doing this. Might be my last. Tomorrow I'll watch Mortal Kombat and I'll make a review as well. So yeah, let me know what you thought of it, of this one. Let me know if you liked it to be longer or shorter. I think it's a bit too long, but fuck it. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe and everything, and I'll see you on the next fucking video. Thank you. See you guys later. Oh, I also have an ASMR channel, by the way. I'll leave a link below. I also make music. Nothing like Michael though, so you might not like it. Anyway, forget it. Links are below, and thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.